I don't know about you, right, but I have a bad feeling about this entire Danny Duncan situation. Just the entire thing, the entire vibe doesn't feel right. If you watch Drama Alert, then you probably know what I'm talking about, but if not, let me go ahead and explain here. Essentially, right now, we have a couple of women, right, who have come out and claimed that Danny Duncan had unfortunate conversations with them when they were underage and had unfortunate situations with them, again, while they were underage. How do we know this? Well, if you look at the Drama Alert channel right now on Kemstar's channel, you'll see 4 videos, right, with each one of them pertaining or having a victim come out to, make the claim that Danny Duncan did unfortunate things with them while they were underage. This is the video that really kicked it off with the allegations, right? This is the alleged victim number 1. I mean, Keem is numbering them at this point, so this is alleged victim number 1, alleged victim number 2, alleged victim number 3, and alleged victim number 4. Now, if you listen to these, right, I think one of them, I believe it was either this one or this one, I don't necessarily remember, but they made the claim that after coming out, saying these things, they had over a dozen women come to them in the DMs to say that that happened to them as well. Now, each of their stories are varied, but they are very similar in the sense of that Danny Duncan, hit them up on Snapchat or on Instagram, essentially DMing them on whatever platform, having very unfortunate conversations with them. I believe even some of them even had, unfortunate situations IRL with Danny Duncan while they were underage. Just really extremely awful and disgusting, degrading stuff if all of this pans out to be true. Okay, probably a lot of you are already asking, have they showed any evidence? If I'm not mistaken, at least one of them has filed a police report. They haven't shown the police report on the video, but I'm sure if you find them and you ask them, can you show us the police report, they could possibly show it to you. I'm not 100% sure, right? Another person tried to, if I'm remembering the story correctly, but they just kind of wrote it off, the police, right? But the other 2, they haven't filed a police report, which for some of you is already a red flag. It's like, if this happened to you, you should probably go to the police first rather than go to an online source, go to Kemstar to, the spill the beans. But there's one thing you really have to remind yourselves here, right, is when it comes to online crimes, in situations like this, it's a little difficult to deal with. We're not dealing with like, oh, this person, is from, the UK and this person's from the US. Like, no, they're both from the US, right? But even still, things like these take time, or even to the point where it's just like they just write them off. It's like, yeah, we don't care, we can't do anything for you, sorry, blah blah blah. So the only outlets that they have is platforms like Drama Alert or Twitter. I need to make this abundantly clear, okay? Like, I'm not making this video to write off these victims, right, and be like, oh, they're just doing this for clout chasing, they're just doing this for the views and stuff like that. No, like, I believe that if someone comes out with an allegation, we should listen to them, right? Innocent until proven guilty, all right? As far as I'm aware, Danny Duncan has not responded to any of these allegations, all right? So, once again, we need to listen to these individuals. But with that being said, though, when you're dealing with situations like this, a topic that's super serious, you would think that you would have a lot of receipts on you. You would have an entire godforsaken army, essentially, when it comes to evidence that this happened with you on the spot, ready to go. And when it comes to these videos right here, the evidence that they provide is a little flimsy, if that makes sense. Again, I don't want to assume automatically that these people are just doing this for clout. They have malicious intent, but the things that they bring up is like, yeah, screenshots. They bring screenshots of like, Danny Duncan's name, his Snapchat, stuff like that, but these things could be easily doctored, right? I believe the latest video, right, the latest victim that came out did have photos did have photos with Danny Duncan and where they were like, you know, smooching and stuff like that. That's something that can be like, that's a little difficult. I'm pretty sure someone at some point could be like, oh, you know, they can make the case where it's like, you know, it's just a fan meet. But if you saw the videos, well, not the videos, but if you saw the photos that were in that video, it's like, would he really be doing that to a fan? You know, especially to one that's underage. It's like, I don't know. But the other ones with the screenshots, it's like, oh, here's a message that Danny Duncan sent me and stuff like. It's a little hard to believe, right? It's a little hard to take that seriously. And sometimes it's really difficult to prove stuff like this, and I completely understand. But the thing I really don't like about this situation, okay, is on Kemstar's part. Now, if you've seen my videos, you already know I'm a big fan of Kemstar. You know, I give him the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that, but I think that this time I'm going to have to criticize him. Okay, now the biggest problem that I have with Kemstar, you know, with making videos like these is, well, let's first talk about this video right here. This is the one video that he did correctly, in my opinion, right? Because this video is solely only about the victim, right? It has the interview, it has a little intro to it where it's like, it, you know, is explaining the entire situation, right? Done correctly. Me like. These three right here, though, not a big fan of them. Not a big fan at all. What's the problem with these three videos right here? Okay, these right here are not just about the victims. He covers the news, right? He covers the news, and then at the end, it has the victim's interview, right? And if I'm not correct, all these three videos right here have a sponsor. I am not a big fan of that at all. Okay, it really seems like it makes it really seem like Keem is milking this entire situation, even using the victims at a certain extent for views, for money and stuff like that. So it's never a good look. It's never a good look to add a fucking sponsor to a video that's supposed to be extremely serious, right? Like someone is coming out saying that these horrendous things happen to them, right? And you decide to put it, I think it's just really distasteful, right? I think it's a really wrong thing to do.
Jake Paul or Tyron Woodley, who is winning this fight? If you know, you need to get over to MyBookie and place your bets right now, guys. They have the best odds for this fight. And also, you know, if you deposit up to $1,000, they'll match that.
And that's essentially the sponsor, right? That's essentially the thing that he's promoting for the last three videos, right? So in the beginning, you have the news. He's covering the news. You know, I think this today's news is like, hey, so I got sick with COVID and stuff like that. And then towards the end, he has the allegations, he has the interview. Really makes it seem like it's kind of like that cereal deal, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, you want this prize? You want this prize? You gotta eat the really crappy cereal first before you get to the prize. You know, it really seems it like that, right? Like he's having these news stories and then having the end, you know, the interview, so it incentivizes the viewers to watch the entire video, or at least the video itself, to get to the allegations. And some people are throwing the criticism that Kemstar should really have more information about this, more evidence to these videos, because like I said, some of these videos, they either hardly have any evidence, or they have like one or two things that can seem to be legitimate, but all of it can just fall flat if, you know, Danny Duncan can come in and prove it all wrong, and it wouldn't necessarily be difficult, right? Because again, they were just screenshots of like his name and stuff like that. But again, I want to make this abundantly clear. That I don't want to dismiss any of the victims, right? But they're making it hard on themselves for having little amounts of evidence, right? Any hard-hitting evidence, right? Any hard-hitting screenshots of these interactions. But to that, I would say I think it's still a good thing that Kemstar is allowing these women to come out to, you know, share their stories, to share their allegations against Danny Duncan. Then again, that can still backfire, right? Because there could be a small chance, okay, I gotta make this abundantly clear because I legitimately want to believe these women, right? But there is always a chance that this all could be false, right? That I'm not saying that all these women are in cahoots with each other, but there could be a small chance that at least one of them is lying about everything, and, Kemstar having this news online, having this, having such a big platform, a lot of people are just going to take this to heart and believe that Danny Duncan is a predator, right? That Danny Duncan is an evil, evil, vile person without looking at the evidence, without even just waiting for like 1 fucking minute, okay? We should do more research on this. We should, wait for a little bit to make a verdict. But the fact that he's just churning these videos fucking out, right, just doesn't seem fucking right. Alright, it just seems really fucking fishy. And get this, okay, and Kemstar makes the claim, in this video right here, this video specifically, that Danny Duncan fans are, getting so fucking mad to the point with these videos that they are actually submitting false allegations, right? That is a very, very fucking dangerous thing to do, okay? And I don't know how Kemstar is able to determine whether or not one is correct, one is false, right? It's a very fucking dangerous game to play, okay? The more videos he makes with more allegations, right, with little to no evidence, is going to look really fucking bad, right? And the more he does it, it's gonna make the entire situation even more worse, okay? Once again, we should not simply write off these women as clout chasers. We should listen to them, give them a chance to speak their part, their piece, and then look at the evidence, do our research, do everything that we can to seek out the truth, and then come up to a conclusion, okay? Not a simple case of, like, pay attention to what they say, believe them 100% without a doubt, Danny Duncan's evil, no, okay? But even still, with this entire situation, it just really seems really fucking fishy, right? And the fact that it really seems like Kemstar is milking this, it's not helping, okay? It's not helping that Kemstar is handling the situation in the way that he's handling it right now, okay? I'm not here to say that he shouldn't be making videos like these at all. Once again, I think it's a great thing that Kemstar is allowing these women to speak, but, if he's going to do that, return to this format right here. Keep the interview for its separate video. Don't add fucking news in the fucking beginning, add a goddamn sponsor in the fucking middle, and then have the interview. That's fucking shitty, alright? That should not be done. But those are my thoughts about this entire situation. I was just kind of thinking, like, what do I think about this entire situation? And again, the more videos are coming out that Kemstar is making, something doesn't feel right. Something does not feel right. Like, I want to believe these women, but, like, the more videos that come out, it's just like, it gets increasingly difficult to see what is truth and, determine what is a lie, right? But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this entire situation. I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about this. But thank you everyone for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Once again, do your research, do your due diligence, do your best to find the truth, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.